Hello, I'm JB, the TGN Assistant Content Manager. To celebrate the release of Bioshock Infinite, we are running a special competition where 3 lucky TGN users could win a copy of Bioshock Infinite on their platform of choice. You can find out how to enter and all the other details at our website, www.teengamersnetwork.com. Please remember to read the terms and conditions. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hey everybody, I'm Chase Sorkin and I'm the reviews editor at teengamersnetwork.com.
And I'm Aaron, a reviewer for the Teen Gamers Network.
And we have been playing Army of Two, The Devils Cartel. It was developed by Visceral Games and EA Montreal and published by EA. It's the third installment of the long-running Army of Two franchise, which actually was one of the first games, well the first one anyway, was one of the first games to be on the Xbox 360.
I'm quite interested in this demo because I'm actually reviewing the title, which releases on the March 29th, 2015.
Well, yeah, basically we just finished the demo. There was only one mission available and it lasted for about 25 minutes. The objective was to rescue and evac 2 other badasses that were trapped by the cartel. Now, having played it, we are going to share our thoughts on it and tell you what we thought. So, what did you think about the fact that obviously this game has nothing to do with the first 2 games?
Okay, I got 3 words for you. Oh my damn. Alright? I mean, seriously. Salem and Rios, they were iconic to the series from the very beginning. I mean, the bromance that they had was just, not sounding weird or anything, but it was just, it was something that we could relate to. Rock, paper, scissors, all that good stuff.
Well, they're like the 2. Like, they're the army of 2. They're the original.
They are the 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess now the third one's coming, they're not the 2 anymore, but Alpha and Bravo, I hope that they,
well, let's just clarify. Alpha and Bravo are the 2 new characters that are in Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel. It's no longer Salem and Rios.
Yeah, I know. I hate that so much. But Alpha and Bravo, yeah, I know the names are really, original and
which
explorative.
Means they are not. Alpha and Bravo is probably the worst 2 names I've heard in a game in a long time.
Yeah.
Not that that's anything against the characters though, because I actually thought in the game that the characters definitely do have a connection, and they definitely love each other enough to take a bullet for each other, but they just don't have that Salem and Rios quirkiness and cheekiness. Like they kind of seem like 2 jocks in a way, the new characters.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, they're just not gonna have what Salem and Rios had. They're just not.
Well, another big factor, because obviously Salem and Rios are obviously a massive factor of the other games. Well, obviously now it's Alpha and Bravo, but another big factor of the Army of Two series is obviously the weapon customization, which is in this game. So what did you think of that, compared to obviously the other games?
I mean, they've definitely done some new stuff. Well, actually, to be honest, not really.
They kind of, I thought anyway, like I've played the 40th day, I thought that they kind of removed a lot of things.
Yeah, that's what that was just crossing my mind at the moment. I mean, like you said earlier when we were playing the game, the 40th day had like the customization on it was more. How do I phrase this correctly? What would you say about it?
Well, I'd say that I thought that the gun customization felt lacking in the fact that the guns weren't fully customizable, because in Army of Two, the 40th Day, you could legitimately create your own gun that no one else had.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it was, if anything, most people who reviewed that game, 40th Day, if anything, they always said that the customization in that game of the guns was unparalleled compared to other games in any genre that had the same, aspect to it. So the fact that it's not as big and as widely it's not as big and as intricate as the last game is kind of a letdown for me anyway.
Yeah, they've definitely limited the amount of actual guns that you can use in the game, I think.
To me, I feel that obviously having the customization there is great, but it just feels like it was lazy not to have the giant one they had in 40th Day, because if you're not, why step backwards,
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, EA, seriously.
There was, to me though, the worst letdown about the customization was there weren't enough quirky camos. I mean, in the last one you could have like flowers on your gun and smiley faces and shit like that. In this one, it's like, yeah, you either have pink or shiny pink, Like, I want to make my gun look dumb, but you can't make it look dumb in this game. to a certain extent, anyway.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, we need to talk about the game camera because you had a big problem with this.
I hated that so much. There's like when you start running, the camera would just zoom into the back of your head. That just annoyed the hell out of me.
The worst part is it was like right at your head and shaking at the same time.
Yeah, the shaky cam, I sort of felt something in my stomach. Obviously, I mean, I'm quite,
You're not very strong when it comes to your keeping your food down. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I had McDonald's.
Well, yeah, well, I can agree there. The camera definitely felt okay when you weren't running, but when you're running, the camera just quickly zooms in and everything is just like at least your sight is very limited and it jogs around a lot and all you can basically see is the back of your character's head and his neck. Which
Yeah, the transitioning between going from the body view to just the head view,
it's so quick
snap.
and just so
Just like a snap.
it jolts you. It makes you feel like it almost makes you not want to run, which I
Yeah.
don't think is what they wanted for the game.
They actually wanted it to be more of a fast-paced sort of thing.
Yeah, which is another problem I had was the actual cover mechanics. Now, before we talk about the cover mechanics, I just want to talk about the shooter mechanics because I actually thought they were a bit of an improvement compared to the last game. I don't know about you. I mean, I don't actually... Like, it was a while since I played the last game, but what I could remember was that the reason why I couldn't play that was because I felt that the shooting gameplay was a bit clunky. In this game, don't get me wrong, it's still a bit clunky, but I feel it's less clunky. Am I right in saying that?
I think you are definitely right in saying that. It's sort of the same, to be honest. I don't see any major difference.
But yeah, what I'm trying to say is just I thought that the shooting mechanics at least were pretty much solid. I mean, if there's anything you can say about the game, you can't say it's broken.
No, we can't say it's broken.
It's
I mean,
definitely,
there's definitely something.
Yeah, it's definitely a good shooting game. I mean, you can aim, you can shoot people. But
that's all you need, you know.
But there's another bad segment to the actual gameplay, which is the cover mechanics. Now, I mean, cover mechanics you have to do at this day and age, and after so many third-person action games, you have to do pretty much your best to fuck it up, like in order to not get it right, because. Like, why would you... Right, basically, this is how cover works. Obviously, you run up to somebody, press A, and he jumps into cover. But what's really annoying is that when you want to switch covers, like, from one side to the other, you have to hold down the A button until he does it. Which, if you're trying to make a fast-paced game, that seems like you're going against yourself in creating a fast-paced game when you have to hold a button to move quickly. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you know when you run to the wall for cover... what happens is you start running and the animation for him is just so bad. He slides to the cover as soon as you start running near something, which can get really annoying.
The sliding looks really bad. I think since I think Syndicate did it this year, every game seems to have this sliding thing going on, and this game's animations everywhere are
like
pretty bad.
Vaulting, you know. To vault over cover, you have to first go into cover.
Oh yeah, Gears of War style.
Yeah, Gears of War style. You have to go into cover and then you can vault. You can't just run up to cover and just vault.
Is that Gears of War, when you wanted to vault over something, you could just tap A and then aim up and press A again. But in this, you have to tap A and then hold A, and it's just
it gets really weird.
That extra couple seconds really makes everything slow down, and it kind of just makes the experience seem a lot slower.
And
which
you know,
is
like,
counterproductive.
Like while you are slowing yourself down by holding the buttons to do everything basically, the enemies, they can just easily sneak up on you. I like the enemy AI in this game. They were quite smart.
Yeah, they were definitely quite smart. Obviously, they're not exactly the smartest, but they had their moments. Like when I was playing the game, at least I was generally surprised at how intuitive it was, because like I remember in a part of the game where I was shooting a guy. He went into like a last stand position. I didn't notice he was in the position, so I looked away, and then when I looked back, he was like crawling into cover, like dragging himself to the nearest cover, which is really smart for an AI. I think the only game I've seen that in for a while was Rage, which came out back, which probably had some of the best AI in a game. But like, I just thought that it had its moments, but obviously there was moments where I would be in cover and he would be right next to me, just staring at me, waiting to shoot me.
And
which
you
I
died.
don't get. But yeah, obviously I died, but it took him ages to figure it out.
Now there was one bit in this game that I liked is when you can flank people and it gives you extra points for flanking people. I mean the enemy
Yeah, it
AI was
definitely.
still.
I like the
sorry.
aspect that it gives you extra points for working as a team. Yeah, and plus obviously, all the points you get lead up to Overkill mode, which has been in the Army 2 series since the first one, which
Yeah.
is effectively Super Saiyan mode as you labelled it. Um, so why don't you just tell the people what that is?
I mean, when you go into overkill mode, what happens is you and well, Alpha and Bravo both build up this meter, which you can see by zooming in.
You both share it.
Yeah, you both share it, and as soon as you reach the top, you press the left bumper on your Xbox controller, and then you go into, as I like to call it, Super Saiyan mode. I call it this because you go invincible, and you have unlimited ammo.
Which
So you could
effectively just makes you a Super Saiyan. Like,
Yeah.
makes you a bit of a beast. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely not obviously the most original thing, but since it was in there since the first game, I don't know if the first game pioneered that, pioneered that aspect to gameplay. But if it did, well done. But like around this time in gaming anyway, this late into this generation, that's not really like a new thing in gaming. Like, we've seen a lot of games that have.
I mean, it's
done
definitely
that.
fun. I mean, you get rewarded for the things that you do well. So
It's a lot of fun. It's like, and plus the screen goes all like orangey and
yeah.
like it feels like you're on a drug trip and you just go crazy with your weapons.
And there's like, which is ironic because it's the drug cartel. And
yeah,
Stuff.
it's really I like the mode definitely, and it's a nice addition. Also,
Yeah.
obviously, at the end of the demo there was a nice little obligatory turret section.
Yeah.
That seems to be in every single third-person shooter game demo ever, because as soon as I saw that turret, I was like, we are definitely gonna have to use that.
Like, it actually gave us an option for
Yeah, that's a
which
nice
one of
aspect,
us
yeah.
wanted to go into the turret. And you obviously chose to go in the turret. So how was that for you?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say that I found the option, at least having the option, like for one of you to say, I want to do this, and the other one to say, I want to do that. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, you could be on the ground, and I chose to be in the chopper, which is pretty cool, because obviously, if you was to play it twice, you could both have a different experience. But like, I found at least the turret section to be pretty solid, and there's not really much you can say about turret sections because they're all basically the same, but it was definitely pretty cool because like at one point when you was down on the floor, we built up overkill and we went into overkill mode, and I was just blasting the red barrels, things were exploding, people were dying.
Yeah.
It was just
And
it
I was
beautiful.
just running through the flames, just banging people up.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I'd say that definitely the ending of this demo is where all the awesomeness lies, because there's a massive set piece at the end of the demo, and it really shows off how Alpha and Bravo are really bros to the end. Like there's this aspect to it where where me in the chopper and the turret, the chopper's going down, I crash, and I'm laying there getting shot at, and then Aaron playing as Bravo, I think he was, had to run up and shoot the guy shooting at me, and actually come over and grab me as the helicopter fell. I found this to be really awesome, and it was a great way of like incorporating the co-op element to the set piece, and made you feel like you were actually doing something.
That was, yeah, I mean, for the first 20 minutes or so, I mean, for the first like 15 minutes or so for the demo, we were just running around shooting people. There was this one puzzle which didn't go as well as planned, but
I wouldn't call it a puzzle. It was like he had to find a button and he couldn't find it.
yeah, it was really, really cool how I just jumped to him and boom, boom, pow,
And then
everything was
even
done.
after that, it was pretty much awesome because a helicopter turned up, and it was telling me to shoot the guy flying the chopper.
And me too.
Yeah, and we
had to
both
shoot at
shot
him.
him, and it went down, and that was the ending of the demo. It was beast. Let's just
And
put it
then
that
there
way.
was like plosions everywhere, and
Plosions, yeah.
plosions.
There was Michael Bay style plosions everywhere.
No, not Michael Bay, man. It was
What I
much
can-
better than Michael Bay.
From what I can say, though, I actually had fun playing this with Aaron today, and it was a lot of fun. Like, you should definitely download it if you have Xbox Live or PSN. I think it's up on the PSN anyway.
Yeah, should be.
But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. I wouldn't say that. I don't think playing it single player would definitely be as much fun as co-op.
No, you're just going to be sitting there like a doofus thinking of the million things you could have been doing.
Yeah,
But
why you don't have any friends that will
why you
buy the
don't have
game.
any friends to play the game with.
Like you'll be feeling very lonely because obviously it's called Army of Two, so
Yeah.
it's meant for two. But yeah, I definitely had fun, definitely download it, and the best part is that the demo ends on a cliffhanger, so it doesn't tell you anything about the story, it doesn't tell you what happens, and it keeps you hanging. So yeah, definitely give it a look if you're into Army of Two and if you like third-person shooters. It's definitely not probably. I don't think it's gonna. In my like, obviously you're reviewing the game, you keep an open mind, but in my opinion, I don't think it's gonna be as good as the other two. I definitely will probably end up playing it at some point, but I don't think from the demo anyway that I'll be buying it straight up. Are you looking forward to reviewing it?
I mean, I will definitely go into it with an open mind, like you clearly stated, but I'm just not going to be able to play this in the same way as I played the other two, just purely based on the reason of Salem and Rios.
Yeah, that they're gone.
Yeah, I mean, I love them.
So I think that's all we have to say about the Army of Two, the Devils Cartel demo. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content, and most importantly, more TGN Weekly, all on the Teen Gamers Network channel and website.
Oh, and guys, don't forget to check out my review of Army of Two, the Devils Cartel, when it's released on 29th of March.
So, see you later, guys.
See you guys.
I'm so grand hustle, you ain't even in my league, sir. What's up with these nerds? They be out here getting they salads tossed, getting they leaves turned. The game just ain't what it used to be. The quality